What's cooking, guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm making these mini cheesecakes that have the Lotus Biscoff cookie crust, the creamy cheesecake batter topped with my homemade whipped cream and caramel drizzle. So stay tuned for the recipe. Do consider subscribing to join the foodie family and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And now let's get baking. As always, let's preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And to make the crust, I'll be using these Biscoff cookies, about 1 package. And then I have some salt here and 1/3 cup of melted butter. And this is what the cookie looks like if you're not familiar with it. I used 3/4 cups of the pack here, about 15 cookies I'm guessing. And I'm just putting it in my food processor here to crush them down. If you don't have a food processor, then just put them in a Ziploc bag and use a rolling pin to crush them down. And once crushed, the texture of it should look like dry sand. And now I'm going to add a pinch of sea salt here. You can use regular salt as well, and also the 1/3 cup of melted butter. Then process this all together again till the butter and the salt are well combined with the cookies. And once this is combined, the crust mixture should look like wet sand. I have a cupcake pan here and I've already went ahead and lined it with the cupcake liners. I'm going to be taking the 1/4 cup measuring cup and pouring the crust mixture I just made to the bottom of these liners. You can also use a tablespoon here too. And then with the back of the measuring cup, I'm just pressing down the crust so it stays compact and doesn't shift around. Once you have the crust mixture filled in the liners, you can set this aside for now. This mixture will easily make about 12 to 16 mini cheesecakes. And now let's make the cheesecake batter. For the cheesecake batter, I have 1.5 packs or about 12 ounces of softened cream cheese here. And I'm just going to cream this using my hand mixer till it looks kind of smooth for about 30 seconds or so. And then I'm adding 1/2 cup of granulated sugar to this. And then I'm going to cream these two ingredients together till they are well combined as usual and also have a smooth texture. Then I'm adding some vanilla extract and I have 1 teaspoon of it here. I also have 2 eggs here at room temperature, which will help to mix the batter better rather than using cold eggs. And then just mix all these ingredients till they are well incorporated, and the batter is going to have a very smooth and silky texture. Then I have here 1.5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and I'm going to mix that in as well with my hand mixer just until it's combined. And then I have some sour cream here, and I'm going to use about 1/2 cup of it, and this will add another layer of creaminess but a hint of sour taste to the batter, which offsets the sugar. And then one last time, I'm just going to combine everything really well. And once the cheesecake batter looks nice, silky smooth, this is now done. And now in the prepared cupcake pan with the crust mixture, I'm just going to take some of the batter and pour it into the liners halfway up. You can also use an ice cream or a cookie scoop, which I probably should have used myself to make my life easier. And guys, for the crust, you can also use regular graham cracker crust. You don't have to use the Biscoff cookies, especially if you can't find them in your local stores. And now let's bake these in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your oven, at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or until they are fully baked. I inserted a toothpick after about 17 minutes to see if they're done, and they were just slightly underdone, but I took them out so they can finish baking in the pan away from the heat. You can take these out of the oven now and let them cool down in the pan for about 10 to 15 minutes before taking them out of the pan to fully cool down on a wire rack. And while these cool down, let's make our quick caramel drizzle. Let's turn on the stove on medium-low and place a small saucepan on it. To the saucepan, I'll be adding some heavy cream. I'm using approximately 1/2 cup of it. And then I have these butterscotch chips that I'll be adding in there. I'm eyeballing in about 1/3 cup for now. If you can't find the butterscotch chips, just use 1/3 to half a cup of brown sugar instead. And I'm using a whisk to break down the chips in the heavy cream until they start to melt, and just keep mixing until you see the chips melting and incorporating with the cream. Keep the stove on medium-low for the whole time. I ended up adding another 1/4 cup or so of the chips to the heavy cream mixture to give it a richer caramelized color. And keep mixing away till the chips melt, or if you use sugar, keep mixing to dissolve the sugar. Then I'm adding 1 teaspoon of butter in there. This will give it a shiny gloss to the caramel sauce, and just let that melt in there as well. Keep mixing the whole time and let this mixture come to a boil. I turned the stove up just a little bit, and once it comes to a boil like this, you want to turn the heat off and take it off from the stove to cool it down completely. This will also get thicker as it cools down. And now that my cheesecakes have cooled down, I went ahead and whipped some homemade whipped cream. Just whip up some heavy cream with a mixer till it forms soft peaks, and put it in a piping bag to decorate the cheesecakes. You can also use the ready-made one if you like. And then I'm gonna drizzle on my caramel sauce, and those colors alone look so good together. The caramel sauce really goes well with the Biscoff crust at the bottom of the cheesecake, and the whipped cream just balances everything out. And then I'm just taking some of the crushed cookies and topping it to make them look really cute, but you can decorate them however you guys want. And here are my mini cheesecakes with the Lotus Biscoff cookie crust, the creamy cheesecake base, and topped with my homemade whipped cream and the homemade caramel drizzle. I hope you guys enjoyed today's recipe as much as I enjoyed making this for you. These would be great for parties or events like baby showers or bridal showers, and I really hope you try this one out. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe before leaving. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Until then, take care of yourselves.